State Building, the most famous sports palace in all the world. And tonight, Madison Square Garden will be ground zero for an Arena Football League explosion pitting the Florida Bobcats against the New York Cityhawks. New York's playoff hopes rest on the shoulders of an offensive line that must protect their hot commodity, quarterback Mike Perez, one of the Arena League's top guns. Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamle along with Mike Golick. Glad you could join us. And Mike, even though it's just week number 5, it is not too premature to talk about the playoffs. It is critical that the Bobcats and the Cityhawks win this thing tonight if they're going to stay alive in the hunt for the playoffs.
For New York to stay in the running, quarterback Mike Perez has got to stay on his feet. He's back among the league leaders with 23 touchdowns, but the improvement's got to come from the protection. He's been sacked the 3rd most in the league and knocked down more than anybody. If he can stay on his feet, New York has got a shot.
But give him time to throw, and good things usually happen. Florida, however, not without their defensive deterrents.
No, their star is defensive specialist Darius Hadley.
Professional football, remember Babe Parilli? Back up to Joe Namath in Super Bowl III. 9th season as Arena head coach, his counterpart for New York, Larry Kuharich. 5th season as a head coach. Did some great work down in Tampa Bay. Deep man, Cleveland Pratt for the Florida Bobcats. They have won the toss. One of the most dangerous return men in the league. Michael Geary set to kick off for Cityhawks. We are underway at the Garden. Pratt gets it across his 10-yard line out to the 13, and that's a 12-yard return by Cleveland Pratt. Florida puts the ball in business at their own 13-yard line. Pratt, the motion man. Across the middle, a nice grab.
Right side in. Right side in.
Pratt, motion left. Again, the quick toss, this time to Bernard Edwards. He's 6 feet 5 inches tall. And usually that spells mismatch against opposing second. Again, Pratt motion, and Florida on the drive. That one intended for Edwards at the New York 12. Pratt again in motion, the inside handoff to number 29, Travis Pearson. Defense against the rush. Clemente Gordon, the screen pass over the middle to Pearson. Tripped up, nice open field, tackled by number 22, Dwayne. 2nd win of the season, on the move deep inside of New York territory. Field goal attempt by Chris Drennan, his long this season, 52 yards. He is only 5 of 16 in that department, but that one is true right down the middle. The Florida Bobcats have taken the early lead on the New York Cityhawks. We'll be back with more Arena football after this timeout. Everything together, offense, defense, and special teams. They haven't had it yet. Crazy carom off that crossbar. Remember, that ball is live once it touches the net. Expansion team. 3 draft picks to get him away from Albany. Freddie Gales in motion to the right. Ball batted down by Derek Ward. Gales in motion. Perez looking for Eddie Brown. Contact on the play by Darius Hadley, number 25. He's pleading his innocence. 87, David Caldwell. Perez across the middle. Nice defensive play. Hadley made that poor penalty. Ball in the 12. Perez with time. That one on a rope to James. Last play. This time the toss to Lorenzo Graham. More dangerous at midfield. Gales in motion to the right. Perez goes the other direction to Graham, the running back. We talked about his receiving skills. But right on top of things, Travis. Eddie Brown in motion in the slot. 2 receivers on the right side, but he's going the other direction to Freddie Gales. Another perfect toss by Mike Perez. Oh, Freddie Gales, the quick give. Little draw play to Lorenzo Graham. He bounces it out to the left side. Mike.
And the way he's throwing the ball now, and again, if he's on his feet, he's going to move up that line pretty quickly.
Jay Gruden, the leader, with 280. Now the defensive or offensive coordinator for the Nashville Cats. Perez with time. He's got a man open. That's Eddie Brown. Touchdown, New York.
That play made by Mike Perez, ability to get away from Vincent Fraley. Vincent playing his first game here in Florida. Has the outside, has contained. You see him come up. Takes an angle to the inside hip of Perez. You got to go after his outside hip so he can't get by you. Perez rolling to his right. He's a right-handed quarterback. It's a pretty easy toss into the end zone from there.
Michael Gary on to attempt the extra point, where he is 20 of 23 coming into tonight's game. This one up through the 9 feet wide goalposts. And New York has jumped out in front of Florida 7-3. Back with more arena football in a moment.
Last year,
share the duties of quarterback, and then that one is high and wide, intended for Darren Hughes. Yard line. Gordon got time. He lifts it up, and Hughes had a step on Dwayne Zachary. This kick is up and wide right, but the ball is live in arena football. Missed field goals can be returned. James Bowden brings it out across the 15-yard line. Some extracurricular activity.
The kicker getting involved.
I like that. Right now he's working on the New York center, which is number 75, Matt Hoslick. And Perez going deep. He's got another touchdown pass. The backup quarterback, Cannell Maynard. Maynard has proved to be a very good receiver this year for New York. Obviously, nobody's going to unseat Mike Perez, so if you have a chance to play, why not?
Absolutely. Cannell Maynard, that's his 8th reception, and out of those 8, 4 are for touchdown. He says, hey, if I'm not going to play quarterback, I got some speed, I got some skills, let me play.
4th-year pro out of North Carolina A&T.
2.
Michael Gary, the extra point attempt, is wide to the right. As we look at the touchdown connection, Perez to Maynard.
The key thing again, Perez has time all the time. And loves to stand in the pocket and look at what's going on downfield. He sees Maynard gets a couple of steps, leads it perfectly. That's why last year Mike Perez threw 84 touchdown passes.
So a little thunder and light scoreboard. It is brought out to the 20-yard line, much the same as that earlier kick that hit the glass. This is going to be a tough ball to field, and it was. Pratt finally picks it up, finds a little bit of running room across the 15, the 20, out to the 23-yard line.
You know, squib kicks like that sometimes can be beneficial, but here...
About to begin the second quarter of play in the hometown. New York Cityhawks on top of Florida by a count of 13-3. The Arena Football League now in its 11th season. It all began back in 1987 in Chicago, the Rosemont Horizon, a test game between the Pittsburgh Gladiators and the Chicago Bruisers. And the reception the game got in Chicago was very good. Attendance of over 8,000 people. Pittsburgh went on to win the game. That was the winning touchdown pass. That was 11 years ago.
Got to be extremely happy with the way this league has unfolded. Looking for expansion next year, possibly 4 more teams. Things are getting bigger and better for arena football.
Jim Foster, who invented the game, on the back of a manila envelope while watching an indoor soccer game right here in Madison Square Garden. Florida on the attack now. Malone. The pitch to Travis Pearson around the right side, and about 4 or 5 New York defenders right there.
Pearson taking exception to the way he was thrown into the wall.
And there he is. He's wide open. Did he push off, however? Chauncey Hogan, number 9, defending on the play. There's a flag down. Again, Bernard with that large body, 6 feet 5 inches tall. The extra point attempt by Chris Drennan, however, bounces off the right upright. So the Bobcats can only get 6 in that drive. They trail 13-9. Mike Perez, the pitch. Oh, you haven't seen that this year. We should have expected it. Touchdown pass. Connell Maynor to James Bowden.
Connell Maynor, the backup quarterback. You know he can throw the ball. You're going to see Grady Ross coming up on Maynor. That's who is probably supposed to be covering Bowden. You see him coming up and filling. Throws the ball. Uh-oh. My man is wide open.
On another team except the New York Cityhawks, Connell Maynor might be a star. Indiana, Pennsylvania, where he was a little All-American. That one is up and good. The Cityhawks have taken a 20-9 lead here in the second quarter. US Open. Cityhawks, Michael Geary kicking off. Cleveland Pratt, the return man. All he had to beat was Geary.
Oh, what a tackle by the kicker.
Bernard Edwards, the man in motion. Where was Fay Ray, King Kong? Touchdown pass, there it is. Clemente Gordon does it again. And he beats Chauncey Hogan.
That's 2 times he's beaten Chauncey, and Chauncey Hogan is going to get a penalty afterward because he tried to...
Motion. They fake the handoff to Travis Pearson. Clemente rolling to his right. Incomplete, intended for Pratt. So the lead, the Cityhawk lead, still remains 5. 9:30 to go here in the second quarter.
Hi, I'm Russ.
They've really gotten outscored, so they're doing a nice job of keeping this game close in the second quarter.
Chris Drennan, number 87, set to kick off for Florida. James Bowden, the deep man for New York. One of the things that the Cityhawks were looking to improve tonight was special team play, especially on returns. They wanted to get this guy loose. Ball caroms off the crossbar there. Gale's the motion man to the left. Perez looking for him all the way, or he's got 10. James Bowden. Reception inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. PN2. More Arena Football League action. The Milwaukee Mustangs, 4-2 this season, taking on the Texas Terror and their fine quarterback, Clint Dozell. That's next Saturday night, 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
46 log and tell Gales what he does. He's
Going to watch.
Now with the timeout, he can come back in and count as no substitution against him.
All right. You're going to have run far left trip zoom, 46 long. Okay, you're running it. You're logging. You come down on that guy.
What the heck is that? I ain't never seen a purple bird in my life.
Yep. Make sure you get that guy out there, okay?
That's a Cityhawk.
It's going to be on 1. Yeah, make sure you get him. Here we go. Here we go.
Cityhawk with a Dennis Rodman haircut.
Far left trip zoom.
4-10. Goal to goal from the 5-yard line. Flag on the play. Connell Maynor, the man. Perez again with time. Pumps once. Going for Bowden. And again a flag on the lone setback. The fullback. Stays in the block. Is Perez going for draft choices to get him.
Hold it!
Oh, Perez can't believe that. And it'll really be one if Geary doesn't connect. But the field goal is up and good, and the New York Cityhawks having of sorts for Florida as they hold New York to just a field goal on that last possession. As a result, they trail by 8. So a touchdown and a 2-point conversion can put them back in the hunt in this game.
Yeah, anytime you stop to a field goal, that is a defensive victory, not getting the touchdown.
Well, you can't get a ticket for the Rangers or the Knicks, but you sure can for the Cityhawks, and they enjoy the product here. Arena football, a fan's game. That last scoring drive by New York took
A little bit. You see him coming up, jamming on the line a little more, mixing it up a little more with zone and man coverage. That could be one of the reasons that scoring is down.
88 points per game in 96, 83.8 this year. Clemente Gordon gets this drive off to a good short haul for him to come to New York. Gordon going deep. Oh, he's got Hamilton wide open. That one overthrown. Oh, and there's going to be... But the ball is live. Eddie Brown with the return. return.
Now that's off the wall, and off the wall, the ball is absolutely live.
Incomplete pass. The ball hit the top of the board and the glass. When the ball hits the glass, it's out of play. Out of play.
Well, umpire Randy Spindell was in a little better van. One of the things that quick give is the time clock, 24.
Go, Hook!
Malone Hamilton, oh, he was wide open, but those are the kind of passes that you know you're going to.
At the end, you're going to see Zachary come from the right of the screen, the receiver from the left, right there. He just lowers his head right in the face mask. That's a great hit.
Crack the motion man, curling back across. Bernard Edwards, however, the intended receiver and the recipient of that touchdown, his third of the night, and then a slam dunk over the goalpost.
That is the third touchdown pass for Edwards and the third one on Chauncey Hogan. He is getting
21 wing loop, 8 slant flags.
So you got a slant play. Look for a guy slanting over the middle on a flag. Someone's doing a little out toward the flags, the cones they mean at the end of the end zone.
Formation, pass protection, and receiving routes.
Set! Go, Hook!
Gordon, Edwards. The two-point conversion ties this thing up. What a night Bernard Edwards is having.
This one, the slant and flag was all Bernard Edwards. He came on the slant, stopped, spun around, and then went out to the flag. Gordon, I'm sorry. Able to not look over his shoulder, can stay in the game.
Can Perez get it right back? Well, he's got a shot here. Eddie Brown. Touchdown. Just like that.
That is how quick it happens in arena football. That is how dangerous quarterback Mike Perez is with time. Doesn't even break stride. You see Darius Hadley, the man closest to him. You don't know if that's his man, though, if there was a broken coverage, because he was too wide open for any kind of coverage.
Eddie Brown, the New York Cityhawks leading scorer in 1997, just registers touchdown number 7. Geary on to attempt the extra point. It's up. It is good. So in a span of 3 seconds, I think that's how long the scoring drive took, or however much time it takes Eddie Brown to cover about 40 yards.
There is no time to go get a soda at the fridge. Somebody's on offense, you better be sitting down watching.
And again, the man receiving the ball, Bernard Edwards. He's going for Edwards in the corner. Touchdown! Oh, man.
That was a beautiful throw. You heard the play in the huddle corner, and that was Bernard Edwards all the way, ran about 15 yards and broke to the corner of the end zone. Before he even broke, Clemente Gordon had the ball in the air. You're going to see him throw it, and Edwards hadn't even broken yet. Beautiful timing route again over Chauncey Hogan. He is having a rough night. He is wearing out that net.
4 touchdowns. Very good pass rush on Clemente Gordon. Brennan's kick is up. Oh, this one's good. Michael Geary coming through in the clutch. Only 7 of 21 in the field goal department coming in, but that one is perfect. And it gives the Cityhawks a 33-30 lead over the Florida Bobcats as time expires in the first half in what has turned out to be a very, very good arena football game.
From the worldwide leader in sports, this is the ESPN News Network.
And hello, everyone. We'd like to welcome all of you watching the Bobcats and the Cityhawks on the Deuce alongside my good friend Chuck Garfien. I'm Dave Feldman. You're watching the ESPN News Network. We'll get you started here with some baseball, Chuck.
And yes, we will. He's never won a tournament, and for all we know, he
Possibly be, with the exception of the penalties that Coach Babe Purley was talking about, Florida flagged 6 times tonight, and they came into this game as the least penalized team in the league.
And you see completions, Mike Perez with 9, 4 of those for touchdowns. You just heard Babe Pirelli say we're giving up the big play. And when you only have 9 completions, 4 of them going for touchdowns, there is definitely, as Babe said, a breakdown somewhere for an easy score.
Bernard Edwards, a look at his numbers tonight, but right now he's on kickoff coverage. In the Arena League, you have to be a two-way player. Drennan's kick is high and off the net. Bowden misses the carom, scrambling for it. Eddie Brown on top of it, touchback. New York will put the ball in play at their own 5. As we begin the third quarter. Maynard, the motion man. Underneath, however, to downtown. Eddie Brown, ooh, nice move. He completely faked out a Florida defender there. Perez, this time for Eddie Brown. That one thrown low and outside offensively. Clemente Gordon going deep. Had a man open. He underthrows the ball. Picked off by downtown Eddie Brown. Or Chauncey Hogan? Who is it? It is Brown. Keep Iron Man, best two-way player. Can they take advantage of the turnover? The pitch to Pohopic, number 35. He's got the first down and then some. Nice bit of running by the 240-pounder from Boston College.
And when you talk about running in arena football, it's
the game rushing the football coming in. They're well over that now thanks to that run by Pohopic. Maynard, the motion man. Perez was hit on. The screen pass to Vincent Fraley, the tight end. And his favorite receiver ball at the New York 23. Gordon's got Edwards again. Chauncey Hogan really can do nothing about it, a little bit taller. This time Edwards going for Pratt. We've got a flag on the play, possibly pass interference. They were picking the New Jersey Red Dogs, who are 5-1 this year, looking for win number 2. Trying to take the lead here in the third quarter. The bootleg play read perfectly by number 33. The pitch to Travis Pearson. Touchdown, Florida.
Again, New York has given up 270 yards rushing, 54 yards.
Oh! Don't worry about it.
And Drennan's kick is true in time for the Florida Bobcats to celebrate as they've taken a 4-point lead on the New York Cityhawks. Stay with us. Seconds remain on the play clock. They just get it off. The pitch to Lorenzo Graham around the left side. Gain of 4. I think they're playing their best game of the year, no question. Second down and 6 for the Cityhawks. Perez to throw. Quick slant to James Bowden. Good for calling the shots for New York. Bowden had it in his hands and then lost it. After this. Babe Pirelli has got to be happy about it. He's what you call a football lifer.
Boy, he sure has. He's coached 4 teams. Now it's 5th. He coached in New England, then went on to Denver, hooked up with Charlotte, then with Anaheim, now with Florida, his 5th team in arena football.
And you know what, Mike? Great coaches spawn great coaches. Look at the people that Babe Pirelli has played under. Bear Bryant in college at Kentucky. Later Paul Brown when he was with the Cleveland Browns. Vince Lombardi in Green Bay in 1959. And then on that Super Bowl team, Weeb Eubank of the New York Jets.
How can you not learn from playing under those greats?
Geary's attempt is wide again, so another stop by Florida, fielded by Cleveland Pratt. He gets the ball out across the 5. Low point usually.
But that fourth quarter, they have scored 98 points, New York has.
But right now, they're on defense. And the only way they can score is via the interception or fumble recovery. Travis Pearson. Down number. They run him right behind Edwards, and he's all alone down the center of the field. But a nice play by the Cityhawks two-way man. 52 this year.
We need this, Chris. Hurry up, come on.
And remember, the ball is live on a field goal attempt.
Way short.
Way short, and this one will be fielded by Bowden, one of the best return men in the league. No blocking, and he is taken.
Hey! Go! Go!
Eddie Brown into Florida territory, down to the master's degree in history. And this time, Perez finds Bowden. Touchdown, New York. They're back on top.
Big turnaround for Perez, who had a bad third quarter by anyone's standards. Comes on.
Clemente Gordon and Bernard Edwards. Now Edwards is hurt. Perez is the hot man at quarterback. And New York is back in the lead. Cityhawks on top of the Bobcats by 3. 7:44 remain. We'll have those final seconds and minutes after this. Nice carom. Picked up by Cleveland Pratt out the yard line. So Florida still with a lot of work to do. Clemente Gordon to Cleveland Pratt for about 7 out to midfield. Florida. Pratt motion right. Gordon the quick drop. Pitch and catch. First down Bobcats. Gordon going deep to Wilson, overthrown. Here in the battle, he's standing at about the 7-yard line, making all the calls as Clemente Gordon gives the ball to Pat John. We have a fumble. Florida players saying John was down. That's what Babe is saying too, but not the officials. Oh, what a police officer. Played his college ball in West Virginia, and he has caused a so-so secondary to be remaining here in the 4th and final quarter.
Hey! Go!
That ball underthrown, intended for Thomas Orr. Yo-yos back and forth. Motion man, Eddie Brown underneath. Connell Maynard, the backup quarter. Pahopic, first down, Cityhawks.
Moves the chains, keeps it.
Hey! Go!
Brown hitches up quickly. Can't hang on, incomplete.
Hey! Go! Go!
Second down and 10 at midfield. Perez to Maynard. Can he hang on? No. Got a hand on it.
And you got to want
to the left.
Hey! Go!
He's looking for Thomas Orr on the other side. That one overthrown, incomplete, and great pressure. Airport on 4th and 10. Fumble. Center quarterback exchange left something to be desired there. Doesn't matter. Florida would have taken over on downs anyway.
Doesn't matter who gets it. It's still Florida's ball. That's a big play.
So high drama here at Madison Square Garden. Larry Kaharick is going to have to chew his nails. 49 seconds when we come back. Clemente Gordon. That play was doomed from the out. Incomplete. Florida trailing by 3. Gordon's pass complete, just shy of the first down. And that's who Gordon's looking for. Did he hang on? Yes. Touchdown, Bobcats.
That is a big-time play.
And I like the call by Babe Perilli.
Waste no time, go right to the end zone, right over the middle.
And let's pick. Drennan with the kick, it's good.
It's a big extra point, puts him up by 4 instead of 3. There's your motion man, that's Brown. He's going to be the recipient. 3-step drop and get him breaking over the middle.
Well, can the New York Cityhawks come back from a 4-point deficit? They have only 9 seconds to do it. Coming up next Saturday, night on ESPN2. Another great arena game. The Milwaukee Mustangs versus the Texas Terror from the Summit in Houston. 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's next Saturday night right here on the Deuce. What a night for Clemente Gordon, the 33-year-old quarterback from Grambling.
And this is exactly
Florida with the 44-40 lead. Bowden's going to have some room to return this thing. He's across the 20, out to the 23-yard line. 5 seconds ago, Kerry Brown, the man who caught the go-ahead touchdown pass with the tackle.
no time to celebrate a go-ahead touchdown. You got to get out there to kickoff team. Kerry Brown.
Final shot for the Cityhawks. Perez going for the win. There's Maynard. Knocked out of bounds.
1 second.
Mike Perez calling for 1 second. I don't think he's going to get it.
1 second.
You know, they went a little too far with it. It was a good idea, but he needed to get out of bounds a little sooner. A good idea, but just too far of a pass.
Darius Hadley, number 25, knocked Maynard out of bounds.
And that was a good call. Right as he was getting knocked out of bounds, I was looking at the clock. It was just going down to double zeros.
And that is it. And maybe the happiest man in the building tonight, Madison Square Garden, former New York Jets quarterback, back up to Joe Namath in Super Bowl III. This almost as sweet, Babe Parilli. The final, the Florida Bobcats win it 44-40 on a night that saw quarterback Clemente Gordon throw for 5 touchdown passes, 4 of those to Bernard Edwards. Coming up next week on ESPN2, a reminder, join us for the Milwaukee Mustangs versus the Texas Terror. That game next Saturday night at 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Coming up next, the Hard Rock Skateboarding Series from Las Vegas, Nevada, with Paul Higgins and Chris Miller. For Mike Golick, I'm Mike Adamley. So long from New York. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.